Yeah, I can do top
Because either they said they got the deal or that's special. So I really don't know.
All right, so take out the Cutco price list, put everything else away.
Kyla, do you finish yours? Well, do you start your top person, Ethan? And then
So
Steph,
Cutco price
your-
list, all the other stuff away. Yep, of course.
Dan, did I get yours from
Just
you?
All right, so we're going to learn how to write up orders. Now, I'm going to teach this to you as if you're in third grade, because if a third grader can get it, then anybody can get it. So Cutco price list, put the rest of the folder away, and I'm going to teach you. Again, it's going to be a little bit patronizing to some of you. If you're like really good at math or you can figure things out really well, and you pick up on things super quick, then it might be a little bit slow. Just stay with me. Can you, Jake, can you get Abby a Cutco price list?
Yep.
So if you don't have it in your folder, Jake will grab you on this. It says Cutco price list. All right, so I'm going to need all 22 or however many of you are there are. I'm going to need all of your voices. So when I ask a question, I just want to hear an audible yes from everyone, just to make sure we're on the same page. Sound good?
Yes.
Beautiful. Sound good?
Yes.
Awesome. All right, on the front of your Cutco price list, do you see at the bottom left where it says kitchen cutlery sets? Does everyone see that?
Yes.
All right. So it says there's different columns. It has an item number, a color code, a description, and then 3 different numbers. Now the item number is a 4-digit item number, so it's pretty easy to see. Some of the item numbers have a little dot next to them. The ones with the dot next to them, those are the sets that come with the option of the darker cherry oak block. You'll notice like the Homemaker, and then at the bottom the Signature and the Ultimate set. They have the little dots next to them. That's the ones that have the cherry oak option. So it's the Homemaker and above. Now, do you see where on the bottom right there's a little chart? It says the set is there with the little dot there. It says set is offered in the oak block with the cherry finish. To choose cherry finish, add an R to the item number. You guys see where it says that?
Yes.
So if I want the Homemaker plus 8, it's item number 20 what? 18. Yep, 2018. But if I want that Homemaker with the cherry finish block, I just do 2018R. You guys see where that? And if I want the regular block, it's just 2018. So you just add the R if they want the cherry finish to it. Now, the color code, CW or R, what do you think C stands for?
Classic.
Classic. Yep, that's the color of the handles. W stands for. And then the R, the only one that has an R is the what? Is the Homemaker, right? Because the Homemaker is the only one that comes with the red option. Okay, so it's just so it's the item number and then the color C or W for the handles, black or white, and it's pretty self-explanatory. Any questions there? Nope. Okay. In the description, obviously it says what the set is. The retail price is the customer's price. Now, don't worry about the CPO value, the point value. We'll talk about that in a little bit when we do deals. That's how you wheel and deal, and there's a point system for making deals. So don't worry about those 2 numbers for now. You'll learn that in a little bit. So if I want the Homemaker plus 8, what is the price, Courtney? Courtney? 12. Good. Tyler, what's the item number of the Galley plus 6 with black handles?
Galley plus 6 with black handles is 2008C.
Perfect. Everybody see that? Easy enough, right? Okay. And then down at the bottom is the Ultimate sets and the Signature sets. There's different options because one has the table knives and one has the steak knives. So just be careful to choose the correct one based on table knives and steak knives. The one with the steak knives obviously a little bit more expensive than the one with the table knives. Beckman, how you doing, buddy?
Good.
Speaking of Ultimate sets, this is Aaron Beckman. You're going to meet him a little bit later too because he's one of our assistant managers. He's one of our captains. I'll give you his full bio now. So Aaron Beckman graduated from Match Buff High School last year, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
2 years ago. He's going into his junior year at St. Thomas University. He is a football player there. They were number 2 in the nation this past year. So too soon. But he plays football in college. And what's your favorite thing about the job?
I love the people I work with, honestly. Every day I come to the office, I'm excited to be here. It's a lot of fun every day.
And you're fast start. Remember how much you sold?
$5,300, I think.
So over 5,000, he beat me by a little bit.
Yeah.
Over 5,000, made $800 in income his first 10 days. If you could go back and do your fast start all over again, what would you do differently?
I was doing more demos, honestly. I was working another job, so I should have just quit and just done this all the time.
And did everyone tell you they're going to buy?
No.
Who surprised you the most?
In my fast start or in general?
Fast start.
And probably my coach from high school said it wasn't anything, and of course it's
What do you end up getting? On a homemaker. So the people who say they're not going to buy anything, they're the ones who usually buy sets because they know they buy everything. What do you do before and after every demo?
make 5 phone calls.
And if they say no to the homemaker, do you get pissed or do you? What
I
do you
get
do?
excited
Why do you get excited?
because building up good Coco karma.
Yep. And when you drop down, does everybody buy a set or do you do you sell a lot of individual pieces too?
Do a little bit of everything for sure. I just as long as you focus on every set, is trying to find the right one for every person, and it's gonna work out. And someone's gonna get something. Just make sure it's the right thing for them.
And you just sold an Ultimate set, which
Correct.
is your second one of the summer so far.
Yes, sir.
And you didn't sell any Ultimate sets last summer, but sold 2 of them this summer so far. What was the key to selling your Ultimate set today?
I think the same thing, just making sure it's the right thing for her. She cooked a lot, and I just explained all the pieces and how she would use each one of them. And she was like, yeah, absolutely, I'm gonna use all these. Sealed it up.
Yeah, so in the past 2 days, you sold almost $4 grand,
Right about, yeah,
right around $4,000. What percentage you had?
40.
He's at 40%. So he's made, how much income is that? $4,000? Is that 1,600?
Illegal amounts,
Yeah.
almost.
Is that
Yeah.
1,600? Is that right?
Something like that.
1,600, 1,800, something like that? $1,600. I'm a math guy for sure. $1,600 in income in 2 days. Like that shouldn't be legal. Like that's insane. So can you give some advice on how to make the most out of the fast start?
I
Did I
mentioned
already
it
ask that
before.
question?
You said what would I do differently, but
Yeah.
it's the same thing. I would just do more demos. Like I said, I've been doing 4 or 5 a day. It's just the key to going big, whether you have small sales or big ones. The averages always play out. So
And when you're closing deals, who do you always call?
my manager.
Why do you call your
I still
manager?
call Devin to this day. A lot of
Even
times.
on your demos today?
Yeah, I mean, I called Devin and I called Jake today just to get in touch with them and let them know what's going on. They're great support for me emotionally. They're also even better at what they do than me. So,
Yeah. And so when you're sealing deals, why do you call and confirm every deal?
well, it definitely helps the customer to know that they're getting the best deal possible because you're going above and beyond the call of duty to make sure you reach out to someone who knows even more than you do to get the best deal for them.
Awesome. Let's
Absolutely.
get back to the big round of applause. Thank you, Aaron. All right. So at the bottom, do you see where it says Santoku style signature set? Me. I'm going to be very focused on me, not him. I know he's focused on me. No distractions. Squirrel. All right, Santoku style signature set. We have a signature set that has, remember the Santoku style I told you that it curves down instead of curving up? We have a set that has the same signature set that every single knife in the set is the Santoku style version. It's really cool looking. So if they like that style, they can get the signature set with all of those pieces. It's really neat. All right, to the right of that is all the homemaker pieces. These are all the pieces that come in the homemaker set. So when you're doing your custom sets, your individual pieces, your pick 2, your pick 3, your pick 5, it's all in this section right here. Okay, what is the item number of the butcher knife Sam?
172.
Perfect. And everybody at the same time, what's the item number of the carving fork? Beautiful. All right, next page on the top left, you have your table knife and steak knife sets. Now, just make sure that you figure out the right one because there's table knives, there's steak knives, there's stainless steel steak knives. Just make sure you find the right item number correlated to the description. That way you're charging them the correct price. Right below that, you have your gift sets. These are all of those cardboard boxes that have the 2- and 3-piece combinations in them. Now, there's one that's going to stand out to you. It's called the Entertainer Pack. It's the one without the color code. So the one without the color code is called the Entertainer Pack. Do you remember what the Entertainer Pack is? It's the 4 gadget set. Perfect. So star that one. You're going to be writing that one up all the time. Very, very popular. You're going to write that up a ton. So go ahead and star that one up. It's item number 1838. Now, here's what's cool. You see it's like a $208 set. That's the one they get for free with their homemaker or the galley. How cool is it? They get $200 worth of free stuff with a homemaker or galley set. That's a big deal. All right, right below that, you have your kitchen tool set and accessories. The first one is item number 1718. Star that one. It's item 1718. It's the 5-piece kitchen tool set with the holder. It's the 5-piece kitchen tool set with the holder. And that's item 1718. Why does that have the red option? So you can match, exactly, well, it's got the cherry option too. So it's got the red so it can match the red homemaker. And it's got the cherry option because if they got their homemaker with the cherry block, they need their kitchen tool block to match as well. So that's got the cherry option and the red option. That's the one that they get for free with their homemaker or their galley set. Now, all of those pieces come individually. The only one that's a little bit confusing is the mixer. The one that says mixer, that's that cool whisk that I showed you yesterday. So the mixer is the whisk. Okay? Everything else is pretty easy, like a ladle is a ladle. Okay? The next column is the specialty knives. These are all the knives that we make that are not homemaker knives. So these are all of the other knives outside of the homemaker. So this is the ultimate set pieces, the Santoku pieces, and the cheese knives are all in this section right here. Okay? Lost? Okay, got it. All right, so specialty, and by the way, if you're lost, you're confused, just raise your hand and one of the assistant managers can help you out. Can I have one of my assistant managers on deck here? All right, so the specialty knives are all the non-homemaker pieces. The gadgets, these are all the gadgets with the rubber handles, the ice cream scoop, the peeler. You're gonna write these ones up almost every demo. You're gonna sell at least one gadget in almost every demo. And the peeler is one that you're gonna sell a ton. And a lot of times you just give it for free when they buy their smaller sets. So the gadget's very popular. Accessories, what do you think is the most popular one in the accessories section? Go ahead and star those. And they have the red option too, so they can match if they get the red homemaker. Okay, garden tools. All of the sets are listed in the Blue Book on the garden tool page, and then they all come individually as well. So very, very popular, especially during the summertime. The flatware is on the next column, on the next page. The flatware, the one with the big price tag, the one that says $13.39, that's the actual flatware set. All of the other ones are just individual place settings, which you would never sell one place setting of flatware. That's like a weird thing to buy. So the big price tag, that's the full set. That's the only one that you really need in that section. To the right of that is the storage options. This is the individual wood blocks and trays for upgrades. So this is for upgrades. So these are the individual wood blocks. Write a big note to yourself up there next to where it says storage or above that. Just write just the block. Right, just the block. Don't try to sell a homemaker set for $146. This is just the wood block, and these are the individual blocks and trays for upgrades. Obviously, when they buy the set, the block is part of it, but this is if they're upgrading and they're buying it individually. About 2/3 the way down that section, there's item number 1742. That's the 5-piece knife and fork tray. That's a 5-piece tray. Very, very popular. If they're going to get a custom set of just a couple pieces, I always recommend them getting the 5-piece knife and fork tray. It's only $26, but it'll save them a trip to the emergency room, because if you have a couple knives, Cutco knives in the drawer, not safe at all. So I'll always sold a tray. Anytime they bought individual pieces, I had them add on the $26 tray. It protects their fingers and it protects the knives as well. So that's item number 1742. Very, very popular to get that if they're buying individual knives. Any questions so far? Okay. Right below that, you've got the sporting and the hunting knives. These are pretty much the same, except that they have different color handles. So the color codes are different because they have black handles and blue handles and orange handles for the different hunting knives. So you'll just have to follow the little key at the bottom, the legend, and it'll tell you what those stand for. The standard edge is the edge that comes on it normally. The optional edge is the one they can choose if they want to switch. So the pocket knife, for example, comes with a straight edge. If they want it to be with a double D edge instead, you just put a DD next to it, and it'll be with the double D edge. No price difference, so they can change that edge with no change in price. Easy? All right. Flip to the back of that page where it says Order Writing Guide, and in your folder you should have a photocopy of an order form. You've got a bunch of carbon copies, but grab out one of the photocopies. There should be two. You should have 2 photocopies of an order form. Just grab out a photocopy of the order form. We're not going to waste a real one for the practice, but grab out one of those photocopies of the order form. So we're going to do a practice. Yep, that's the one, Kyle, you got it. Yeah, it should be right on top there. So we're going to do a practice order. And at the top of the order form, at the top left, it says order date. Today is the 24th. Do you not have the practice order? Does anyone not have the photocopies of the order forms? You only got one? Does everybody, who's only got one? All right, we'll get you another one when we do the second practice. All right, so at the top left, you see where it says order date? What's today's date? All right, so go ahead and put 6/24/16, and then it says, does it say office number? Office number is 7799. 7799. Your rep number, at this point you know your rep number, so go ahead and take your rep number and put it at the top of your order form there. Abby, just only have one. All right, so going to put your rep number on there, and then to the right of that it says sales rep first name, sales rep last name. So that your information goes at the top. Now, after you put your information in, do you see at the top left-hand side of the order form it says billing information? Everyone sees where it says billing information? Okay, so the billing information, this is their billing address that matches up with their credit card number or their checking account, however they're paying for their Cutco. So this is their billing address that matches up with their credit card number or their checking account, however they're paying for their Cutco. You see right below the address where it says email address? You absolutely must 100% get their email address. You have to get their email address. The company will not accept an order without an email address. If grandma doesn't do email, you've got to put mom's email address on there because they're going to send the UPS tracking number to the customer so they can track exactly when they're going to get their package. So you have to have the email address no matter what. You can't process an order without one. So make sure you get their email. Also, over the holiday, the company, in November, the company will send out a holiday promotion to every customer. Anything they buy from that holiday promotion, because it's your customer, you get 100% credit and you get full commission. So even while you're away at school, you're going to get extra surprise commissions from all your customers that buy holiday gifts from you. Okay, so you have to get their email address. To the right of that, you see where it says shipping address? That's only if it's different. You only fill this section out if it's different than their billing address. 99% of the time it's the same, but in what circumstance would their shipping address be different? If it's a gift and they want to send it straight to that person, or if they're using like their work credit card, but they need it to be shipped to their home address. So if their credit card is matched up with a different address, or if it's like a PO box for their credit card, but they need to ship it to a physical address. So you only fill that section out if it's different. If it's the same address, just fill out the billing address. Okay? Then you see where it says where you fill out the item numbers for quantity, item number, and description of what they're getting. Okay? So where it says quantity, generally it's quantity 1. So you can put quantity, you can just put 1 in any of those boxes. It doesn't matter which box you put it in. You just put quantity 1. The item number, though, it has to start on the left-hand side and then work your way over. So you're going to start in the left-hand box and work your way over. It's going to be the item number and then the color, either C or W, with no space in between. So it's just the 4 digits of the item number and then C or W with no space in between. So the one that we're going to do is for the Homemaker Plus 8. So go ahead and find for me the Homemaker Plus 8. No, I introduced you yesterday, right? Yeah. Selling some knives, Noah? Good. So go ahead and find the item number for the Homemaker Plus 8, and we're going to do that in black handles. Homemaker Plus 8 with black handles. So what does my item number end up being for the Homemaker Plus 8 with black handles? 2018C. Perfect. In the description, just write Homemaker Plus 8. Homemaker Plus 8. And what do we get for free? When we do the Homemaker, what do we get for free? Either Entertainer Pack or shears or the 5-piece kitchen tool set. Perfect. So which do you guys want to get for free on this? Entertainer Pack? All right, good. Go ahead and find the Entertainer Pack. Go ahead and find the Entertainer Pack. What's the item number? 18 what? 38. So go ahead and put that on the next line down. So quantity 1, item number 1838. Now, how do you think that you mark that it's free? What do you think you do?
X.
X in the box, exactly. So go ahead and put a little X in the box. Everything that you give for free, you have to put on the order form because it's a gift from you. It doesn't just come automatically because we can switch out the free stuff. So you have to put it on the order form. You just put an X in the box to mark that it's free. Now the cutting board, the sharpener, those things that come for free automatically, you don't have to put those on because that's already part of the set. But it's anything that's a buy now bonus, the free stuff that you offer, that has to go in there. There are 7 rows for item numbers. There are 7 rows for item numbers. If you have a big custom set or just a lot of random odds and ends, gifts and accessories, and you need a second order form, you're just going to do the overflow of this section only on the second order form. All the pricing and all the billing, everything's going to go on the first order form, and you're just going to use those spaces on the second order form for overflow. So if you have like 9 or 10 pieces, just use 2 order forms, staple them together. Dan, did I answer your question?
No, I was gonna say in the description, should we write free? Like, would we write entertainment?
Yeah, you can write free. Yeah, you can write entertainment pack. If you want to write free, that's fine. Yep. Yeah, it doesn't matter. But you can write free if you want. All right, so we got item number 1838 for that. Okay, so to the right of that, do you see where it says payment information or payment method? So there are 3 ways they can pay for their Cutco. There are 3 ways the company accepts, but there are only 2 ways that we accept in our office. We only accept 2 payments, 2 forms of payment. The company accepts 3, but one of them we never accept, and I'll tell you why. The first one, where it says direct payment, ACH, where it says direct payment via ACH. ACH is just a bank term. Don't remember it. It stands for Automated Clearinghouse, which means nothing other than electronic check. Have you guys ever paid for a bill online using your routing number and your account number? Has anybody paid a bill online using that? Okay, probably because you don't own a home and you don't pay bills online, but your parents do. This is how they pay all of their online bills: mortgage payments, Comcast payment, utilities. All of their online payments, their automated monthly payments, are all through what's called an electronic check. It's an ACH. So we do not accept checks. So I already told you the one that we don't accept. We don't accept checks ever. You're not allowed to take a paper check. We will not accept them in our office for a number of reasons. Instead of an electronic check, or instead of a paper check, we do an electronic check. It's called a direct payment ACH. So all you need to do is get the numbers from the bottom of the check. Now on your price guide, on the back of your price guide, what we were just looking at, on the bottom left, there's a little diagram of a check. You guys see the little diagram of the check? Okay, do you know how when you get a check, there's those computerized digits on the bottom? You guys know what those are? So those computerized digits, that is their bank routing number, their account number, and the check number. So there are 3 numbers on the bottom of the check. You need the first 2 sets of numbers. The first set of numbers is the bank routing number. It's always 9 digits long. No matter what, it's always 9 digits long, so it's going to fill in all the boxes on your order form. The second set of digits is the account number. That can be anywhere between 5 and 17 digits depending on the bank. So it's not going to fill in all those boxes, so don't worry if it only goes halfway. The account number will not fill in all the boxes. The third number is the check number. You don't need that number because that check number correlates to that physical check. You'll notice that the check number at the bottom is the same as the check number at the top right-hand corner. That's for that physical check. We don't accept checks. The reason why we don't accept a check is because if somebody were to write a check for their order, it would take 2 or 3 times as long to get their Cutco. Normal shipping takes about a week and a half. We tell the customers 2 weeks though, that way when they get it sooner, they're happy. So you always quote 2 weeks no matter what. Because when it gets there in a week and they're like, oh, it's sooner than I thought, they're fired up. So always say 2 weeks, it'll get there sooner. However, if they were to do a physical check, you have to take the check, you'd have to staple it to the order form, it would sit in that wire basket there for about a week, then we would send it to the factory, eventually it would get there, and then eventually they would open it, process it, and then eventually send out their Cutco, and eventually they'd get their knives like a month later. So we do not do paper checks because it takes way too long to get their Cutco. The other reason why we don't do paper checks is because they can't split it up on a payment plan. So Sean, I asked before, is it automatic payments? Yes. So when you do the direct payment, the electronic version, it's just automatic monthly payments. If they were to do a paper check, they couldn't split it up because you can't split up a paper check. check, right? So so if they do the direct payment, you can still do a 5-pay out of their checking account as long as you do the electronic check instead of the paper check. The other reason why we don't take paper checks is because it's super dangerous. Because if you took a paper check and you stapled it to an order form, it's going to sit in that basket, and then it's going to go in this big package. It's going to be shipped on a plane, and it's the paper check. Do you think it's going to get detached from the order form? Absolutely, 100% without a doubt. And then the check's going to get lost, and then they're going to lose the check. So we don't take paper checks because we don't want to lose any. We had a rep one time this year. No joke, we had one rep get an order with a paper check. We put it in the basket, we put it in the shipment, we sent it to Olean. When it got to Olean, no check. No check. So the customer had to cancel the check. It was like a long and annoying process. So we don't take checks at all. If they want to do a check, just get their checkbook, take those 2 numbers from the bottom, put it on the order form. So don't take a paper check ever. Everybody got that? All right. And everybody knows how to do this because your customers, that's how they pay their bills online. If the customer is confused on, like, if grandma, since grandma writes checks at the grocery store, she doesn't get it. So if she thinks that somebody's trying to steal her identity, just help her realize that those numbers are on the bottom of the check anyway. So if she wrote you a check, it's the same information. Like the piece of paper doesn't mean anything. Okay, good. So that's the first way. And then you see where it has the boxes that says paid in full, 2-pay, 3-pay, 5-pay. You just check off their payment. Okay. Right below that it says credit card, debit card. Easy enough. Just write their credit card number and the expiration date. You do not need the 3-digit code on the back. And then the third payment method, it says check or money order. We do not accept check or money order. No cash at all. Okay, even if they're in the mafia or the marijuana industry and they only deal with cash, do not accept cash. Okay, we don't accept it because it's a pain in the butt. You'd have to get a money order, and then it's just a long, annoying process. Have them do a credit card or their checking account. Don't accept cash at all. Yes?
Oh, I didn't know which one.
I'm not cross-eyed. Come on.
So like, there's 2, 3, 5 payments. Like, what is the line?
Oh, I'll tell you. That's the line 1 minimum means it has to be over. Remember, it has to be over $300 to do a 5-pay. It has to be over $150 to do a 3-pay.
So what if they do the 5?
So they can do a 5-pay as long as the order is over $300.
Oh,
Line 1 just means the retail price of what they're buying. Yeah, that's what line 1 means. Yeah. And that gets to the next point. So do you see we're on the bottom left where you do the pricing? So that's what line 1 is, where it says product price. That's the retail price of what they're buying. So let's figure out this order. So when you're doing the pricing, there are 11 different lines. You see where it says line 1, it says product price? Everyone sees that? Can I get a yes from everybody?
Yes.
All right. So where it says line 1, that says product price. This is the product price of what they're paying for, not including the free stuff. So on this order, what are we buying? What are we buying?
Homemaker plus 8.
Good. And what's the price of the Homemaker Plus 8? 12.12. So go ahead and write 12.12 in the product price. Not including the free stuff, okay? Line number 2 says express shipping. Go ahead and put a 0 in there because we're going to do regular shipping. Regular shipping is free. It's included. It's part of the price. They don't have to pay for shipping. However, if they wanted to get there faster, on the inside bottom right of your order form, of your price guide, there's a chart in there if they need to get it there faster. So if it's a gift and they need it there like right away, it's all based on line 1. Line 1 is the product price, right? It's the retail price. So it's all based on the price. So whatever they're getting, you just follow that chart for line 1. And if they need 2-day shipping, that's the additional charge. If they need next day shipping, that's the additional charge. So it's pretty easy to follow. If you're confused, just call your captain. That's if they want to get it sooner. Okay. Otherwise, shipping takes how many weeks? 2 weeks. It'll get there sooner, but we just always say 2 weeks. All right. Line number 3 says admin fee. Line number 3 says admin fee. This is the credit card processing fee of how, it's a couple dollar fee. It's only once. It's not every month. It's just one time. It's a couple dollars of how much it costs to break up their order over however many months on a payment plan if they're doing a payment plan. If they're paying in full, the admin fee is 0. But if they're doing a payment plan, it's a couple dollar charge. You find that charge on your order form where you checked off when you put their credit card number down or their checking account information down, where you check the box that says paid in full, 2-pay, 3-pay, 5-pay. right underneath there, it tells you what the admin fee is. So if I'm paying in full, what's my admin fee? 0. If I'm doing a 2-pay, what's my admin fee? 0. If I'm doing a 3-pay, what's my admin fee? If I'm doing a 5-pay, what's my admin fee? 12. All right, so we're going to do a 5-pay for this. So what am I going to put in line number 3? 12. Perfect. All right, line number 4 says what? Taxable total. So grab out your calculator. Even though this is mental math, and you can add these up in your head, you got to grab out your calculator because when you're dealing with somebody else's money and you try to do math in your head, they will freak out. Like even if it was 12, 12, and then 0 and 0, I would still use the calculator. Okay. So always use a calculator, even if you can do it in your head, because you don't want your customer to freak out and think that you're doing it wrong. So where it says taxable total, this is just the subtotal of the first 3 lines, and it gives you a cheat on there. It says 1 plus 2 plus 3. The answer is not 6. Does anyone not have a calculator? Does everyone have a calculator? You have a calculator? All right. So what's our taxable total? 1224. Okay, so that goes in line number 4. All right, line number 5 says sales tax. Sales tax is based on where it's being shipped to. Some states have one sales tax for the entire state. So when I was doing my demos in Pennsylvania, it was just one sales tax, the entire state, every order was the same. The problem with Colorado is that every zip code has a different sales tax. In fact, certain zip codes have multiple sales tax. This corner that we're on, every corner, like University of Arapahoe, this splits 4 different taxes. So our tax in this office is different than the Land of Sushi across the street, which is different than the Walgreens on the other corner. Nobody ever knows what their sales tax is. It's very annoying. There's also weird places like unincorporated Jefferson County. It's like 3.2%. And there's like in Golden has like a ridiculously low one. So there are different places that have really low ones. For the most part, it's somewhere between 6 and 8%. The Denver metro area is somewhere between 6 and 8, depending on the zip code. We use the highest one on the order form as an estimated tax. So we tell the customer that we're going to use 8% on the order form just to give them an estimated amount. When you process the order, you get to enter in your orders online at the end of the day. The online system already has everything automated in there. It'll tell you the sales tax, but we use 8% on the order form because it's always okay to charge the customer less, never okay to charge the customer more. So just let them know that we use 8% on the order form, and then they'll be charged their correct amount when you enter. If you do a virtual demo and the person lives in a state that's just one straight sales tax and they know what that sales tax is, you can use that, that's fine. But anywhere in Colorado, just use 8% on the order form. Cool? So, trip back to 3rd grade. Let's figure out how to multiply, maybe 5th grade. Multiply by a percent. So you're going to take the subtotal 1224 and you're going to multiply by 0.08. So you're going to move it over 2 decimal points. You want to learn a fun fact about life? You want to learn a nerdy math thing? This is the one thing I do know about math. The percentage sign. This is just the number 100 in a weird way. So it's 100, that's what the percentage sign is. It's just a little 100. So it means 8, it's 8 out of 100. So that's what a percentage is. Okay, good. So, yeah, how about that fun information? Good. So go ahead and take 1224 multiplied by 0.08. What do we get? 97 and? Perfect, $97.92. If you got like $979, it means you put your decimal place in the wrong spot. So make sure that looks right. All right, $97.92. Line number 6 says what? What does it say? Product total. So you just add those two together. So you add the total plus the sales tax, and you get the total order. So 1224 plus 97.92 equals 1321 and 92 cents. Now, for the sales tax, if you got like 0.923 or like it was like a repeating number, you round to the penny. So normal rounding rule is always to the penny. Okay. All right, so line number 6, 1321.92. Line number 7 says deposit. Deposit means first payment. It's what's going to be charged right away. If I were paying in full, then it would be the same thing. So on any payment that is just one payment, they're paying in full, 6 and 7 are the same because they're paying everything right up front. So deposit just means first payment. Now, If they're doing a payment plan, you just divide it by how many months they're doing the payment plan. So we're going to take 1321.92 and divide by what? 5. And what do we get? Everybody plug in your calculator. We get what? 264 and 30 what? 38 cents. So in our demo, when we say the Homemaker Plus 8 is 1212, but most customers take advantage of our 5-month interest-free investment option, which is only, that's where that number comes from, because that number is based on the 8% Denver sales tax. Now, most likely, when you process their order, it's going to be like 263, 261, 259. It'll be lower based on what their tax is, but we quote 264 because that's the highest that it could be based on Denver sales tax. All right, line number 8, cross off line number 8, and cross off line number 9, and cross off line number 11. So just cross out 8, 9, and 11. You're not going to use these unless you have a gift card. So 8, 9, and 11 only come into play if you have a gift card. The reason why these are done afterwards is because if you sell a gift card, the gift cards are not taxable because when they redeem the gift card, then they'll pay tax at that point. So that's why it's afterwards. Also, the gift cards have to be paid in full. They can't be broken up on the payment. That's why they're done afterwards. 99.999% of the orders you write up are not going to have gift cards. If you do have a gift card order, just call your captain. They'll show you how. You just add them in at the end. It's very, very simple. But just call your captain if you're going to do a gift card. So cross off 8, 9, 11. You're never going to use those. But line number 10 is important because line number 10 says remaining what? Balance. The remaining balance is what's left over after the first payment. So you're going to take the total order, $1321.92. You're going to subtract the deposit of $264.38, and that gets you whatever's left over, which is the remaining balance. And what do we get there? $1,057 and 54 cents. Okay, so that's what's left over. That's going to be split up in equal payments over the next 4 months. Now, they can expedite that. Like, if they want to call the company and just pay it all off, they can pay it all off whenever they want. So they could always pay it off sooner, but otherwise it'll just be set up to be split up in equal payments. It's the same day each month. So when do the payments come out? It's the same day. So today's the 24th, so it'd be the 24th. Your homemakers tonight, or whatever 5-pay orders you have tonight, it'll just be the 24th of each month after you process it. Okay? Any question there?
Are the customers allowed to change that day?
They could call the company and change the day. The first payment has to process right away, but if they wanted, they could call the company. They're usually pretty flexible with that. If we were paying in full, what would the difference be on this order? What 2 changes would be? What? Say that again, Abby? There would be no admin fee. Why would there be no admin fee? Because it's paid in full, good. And then what else would be different? No remaining balance because line 6 and 7 would be the same. Yep, 6 and 7 would be the same, and line number 10 would be 0. Cool? All right, grab out that second order form. Get out the other practice order form. We're going to do another practice. All the majors. It shows it on there which ones. Yep, all the majors. Correct. Yeah, it's the 4 majors with the 7. All right, so I'm going to write up an order. I'm going to write on the board what I want, and you're going to do a practice order form for me and do all the math and do the item numbers. So the only sections I want you to fill out are just the quantity, item number description, and then lines 1 through 11 for the pricing. Don't worry about the billing information. I'm not really buying this from you. I'm going to put on the board what I want, and you're going to start filling out. So I want quantity 1 of everything. Everything's going to be in classic, except there's going to be one thing in a different color. So black for everything except one thing in a different color. I'm going to pay in full, and I'm going to do regular shipping. So regular shipping, so no expedited shipping, paid in full, classic for everything except one thing, and then quantity 1 for everything. By the way, is it okay to ask how many? If you say, like, for the quantity, is it okay to ask how many? We had a guy, Hugh Rowe, he sold a homemaker in his first demo, and he said to his customer, he's like, he got to that section, he's like, how many do you want? Because he heard me say that in training, and he just figured it might be a cool thing to say. And she's like, oh, that's a good question. Let me get one for my mom, and for my sister, and for my mother-in-law. She bought 4 homemakers on his first demo, just because he said how many. Can't hurt. All right, so here's what I want. I want a Studio Plus 4 set. Now make sure when you find the Studio Plus 4, you find the actual set, not just the block. Okay, I want the actual set. Studio Plus 4 set. I want the 7-inch Santoku knife. 7-inch Santoku, that's part of the gourmet knife section. I want the ice cream scoop. I want the bypass pruners. That's in the garden tool section. I want the Fisherman's Solution. Fisherman's Solution I want in orange. Everything I want in classic, but I want the Fisherman's Solution in orange. And then for free, I'm going to get the super shears. So the free item is going to be the shears. So everything in black except the Fisherman's Solution in orange. I'm buying these 5 things, I'm getting the shears for free. So when you do the pricing, charge me for these 5, but don't charge me for the shears. And remember to look for the price of the Studio Plus 4 set, not the individual block. Does anybody not have another practice order form? Eric, did you have a question?
Yeah, like for the homemaker or whatever that has the cherry block, how do we add that onto like?
Just an R. Next to the item number, if they want the cherry block, just put an R next to the item number.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so just be 2018R.
Okay. Okay, I thought that was for like the handle.
Well, if they the only one that would be a little bit confusing, if they want the homemaker plus 8 with the cherry block and the red handles, it would be RR.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, and you can always just call your captain if you want to, but
What's that say on your ice cream too?
that says bypass pruners. Yep, that's part of the garden tools. It's the bypass pruners. And if you're lost or confused on any of the items or where to find them, just raise your hand. When you're totally done with the pricing, just raise your hand and I'll come and check it out for you.
What's that?
Fisherman's Solution. Fisherman's Solution. All right, if you're lost or confused, raise your hand. In the gadget section. Ice cream scoops in the gadget section. Yeah, everything in black except the Fisherman's Solution in orange. Correct. What's up? Oh yeah, do all the pricing. Perfect. Good work. Well, you don't, yeah, that number is you don't need these because it's only one option. Yeah, but normally you would. If it has 2 options, you beat one of them if there's only one option. You can, it really doesn't. Done? Here we go. Anthony can check it out too.
There you go. Perfect.
Done? Question? Yeah, because they're buying those also. Yeah, so they're buying all 5 of those because they're buying the studio set, and they're buying the other 4 things too. Yeah, the plus 4 means the camera. Yeah, so it's that set plus applying the same total of the extra, so it's not that much. Just don't charge me for the shoes, it's free. All right. Perfect. And then so if I'm paying the full, it's
You guys all good over here? All you guys doing all right so far? Okay.
Your number's perfect. I would just check these again. This is a good lesson. If you have an iPhone, who's got an iPhone? The calculator on the iPhone is very, very, like it's sensitive, yeah. So if you accidentally like click the equal sign twice, even if you don't think you did, sometimes it like doubles or triples your numbers. So just always double check on the iPhone because the calculator is really sensitive. So I think you click each of them because this is way bigger than. That's like the old one. Yeah, go recalculate it. Or maybe 5 times.
Did you maybe add?
Direct deposit is.
Yeah, just add it up again.
Oh,
So-
okay, minus- yeah, I
did it in super shoes.
Yeah, that's what I think. I think you just added the super shares on it.
Yeah, perfect. It's good, yeah, it's really busy with the awesome. So deposit means first payment. So we're paying full on this?
Yes.
Oh, there you go.
Yep, exactly. Yep, so 6 and 7 are the same. All one good. And then what's the remaining balance?
Got it?
Correct. Exactly.
Boom, baby, ever. You got it? There you go.
I think the year recalculate it because it should be.
Absolutely.
Yep, exactly.
You get it?
Your retail should
You get it? Commissioner, you get it? Sam, you get it? Joe, you get it?
Your
Got it?
numbers are correct based on this.
Yep. Product total, you add the add line 4 and 5. So these are the right numbers.
He's got
Add
to
them up.
recalculate.
Yep.
You add those up.
Okay, well, I'll see it.
You just hit the equal sign.
Oh, perfect. Well done, well done.
You guys finish up?
Anthony, you got it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when it's paid in full, we don't put it on.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, don't forget, just don't, make sure you don't charge them for the free stuff.
Exactly.
All good?
Order total's just the same number. There you go. Well done.
You got yours, Tyler, right?
Get it all over here. Boom, there you go, well done. Now, yep, good. Just check your product deposit.
Yep.
Right. Exactly, that's why I have a blue guy right there. It's the indicator. It's just crazy.
Just make sure you have it.
I should have one time. So, let's see, it comes around.
Oh, actually, there's, so, yeah.
All right, yeah. Yeah, some people, because I've never seen like a set of knives.
And what's the rate before?
So, some people literally like freak out.
So they're paying everything up front. That's not right.
Exactly. If you were just hanging out, you want something neat on your house too. You gotta think about it, not just that. All they do all day is just think about like, well, go get it. Exactly.
Cool. Make sense now?
The husband has no control over that purchase. That one's going through what he does.
Deposit is the first one.
Oh, perfect.
Yep, so 67. Yep.
Use this, I guess, to decide.
If it's a different address. So if it's like if they're like sending it to an address, or if their mailing address is matched up, or if it's something called the link address, but this is the shipping address.
Okay, so I got it over here. Yep. Good to go.
All right, anybody still working on that? Everybody's got that? Solid? Fixed it? Did you fix yours, Joe?
I did.
Okay, good. All right, so easy enough. Can I teach you guys? Can I teach you guys about free stuff? All right, grab out your notebook. You're gonna need your the things that you have. You're gonna need your price guide, the 2 practice order forms, and a notebook. So you're gonna have a little balancing act on your legs here. So, notebook, price guide, notebook, price guide, and practice order. So, I want to teach you something called CPO. CPO. And CPO is going to dominate your life. And CPO is this number that represents what counts for your order. So just write down the letter CPO. CPO stands for commission paid on. Commission paid on. All of your promotions are based on CPO, your commissions are based on CPO, your prizes, everything is based on CPO. Now, for your customer, everything that we've done so far, for the customer purposes, they're good. They don't need anything else. This is how you figure out, I'm going to teach you how to figure out what counts for you for your sale. So I'm going to teach you how to figure out what counts for you for your sale. So whenever you write up an order, I'll teach you how to do the math to figure out what your commissions are and what counts for your order. So you'll notice on the Cutco price list that everything has a retail price, a CPO value, and a point value. Notice those 3 columns? So the retail price is how much it costs the customer to buy. Okay, that's their price, and that's pretty self-explanatory, right? So the retail price is the customer's price. The other 2 columns, this is to figure out what counts for your sale. The CPO value represents how much it counts for you for your sale when you sell that item. So the CPO value is how much it counts for you for your sale when you sell that item. So when I sell a Homemaker Plus 8, it costs the customer how much? $12.12. So grab out your price guide, make sure you're looking at the price guide. So it costs the customer how much? $12.12. For you, how much does that count for your order when you sell the Homemaker Plus 8? $10.91. So that middle column, the CPO value, that's what counts for you for your sale. That's your credit. So it's basically a system of credits and debits. So when you sell it, you look at the CPO value. You only look at the CPO value for the sold items. Why is that number a little bit less? Well, the retail price includes postage, packaging, shipping, and insurance. Every piece of Cutco is individually packaged, sheathed, bagged, and perfect. That way it's safe and that way it's secure. Every order is already insured, so you don't have to get insured. They don't have to get any insurance on their order. It's already fully insured to the max for every order that we send out. So it includes postage, package, shipping, and insurance. Now, obviously, you don't get paid on that value. You get paid on just the products. So for you, when you sell it, it counts as a 1091 order. Okay, so it costs the customer $12.12, counts for you as a 1091. So you hit your first promotion. When you sell a Homemaker, you knocked out your first promotion right there. Now, the point value represents how much it costs you to give that item away for free if you are giving that item for free. That's the deduction. Now, you're looking at that Homemaker and it says $8.50. Well, you're never giving a Homemaker away for free unless they're doing a buy 3 get 1 free, right? So you're very rarely going to look at the point values for those big items. So it's usually the point values for the smaller items. So let's look at the paring knife, for example. So just to the right of that, the paring knife. How much does it cost the customer to buy the paring knife? How much does it count for you for your sale? When you sell a paring knife, what do you get? Perfect. If you gave it for free, how much does it deduct? 40. Not $40, but just 40 points off your order. Now, why is that number significantly lower? It makes it a little bit more confusing because there's 3 numbers to deal with, but it's significantly lower because this is the company's way of saying to you, Chase, you can give away the paring knife for free, and instead of deducting the full value of 54, we're only going to deduct 40. So this is the company's way of saying, give away free stuff, and we're not going to dock you the full amount. So that's why the point value is a lot lower. So when you sell it, you look at the CPO value. When you give it for free, you look at the point value. You only look at the CPO value of the things they buy. You only look at the point value of the things that you give away for free. So for example, if I sold a spatula spreader, how much does it cost the customer to buy the spatula spreader? How much does it count for my sale? And if I give it for free, it only takes away what? 40, right? That way I don't deduct the full amount. I only deduct the point value because the company is allowing me to give it for free without taking away the full amount. You guys see why those 3 numbers are different? So the retail price is how much it costs them to buy. The CPO value is how much it counts for you for your sale when you sell it. And the point value is what gets deducted when you give that for free. Now, I'll make this clear right now that every time you give something for free, you make more money. Every time you give something for free, you make more money. And you're like, how does that make sense? Because you're deducting points when I give something away for free. When you give something for free, it's sealing the deal on a bigger order, right? You're not giving stuff for free just because. They're not going to be like, hey, I want the homemaker. You're not going to be like, oh, let me see what I can give you for free, right? You're giving free stuff in order to seal the deal on a larger order. You're incentivizing them to get more. So it's a better deal for them, and it's a better deal for you. So it's always a bigger order when you give free stuff. Now, let's say Chase's customer says, hey, I want that homemaker set, here's my credit card, then just write it up. You don't have to give away free stuff, but you use the free stuff in order to seal the deal. We're gonna go through an entire workshop here on what you can and cannot give for free and when it's appropriate to give stuff for free.
So, for example, if it said like, they get a homemaker plus and it says, oh, they get it from this and this with it, do you still get that?
Yep. Yes, exactly. The stuff in your great question. The stuff in your manual, the buy now bonus, that's using this point system. So good question. Let's look at the entertainer pack. So if you look at the gift sets, you look at the entertainer pack. On the entertainer pack, this is the one that we gave for free on the homemaker set, right? So in fact, we can actually grab out that practice order that you did with the homemaker. And on the bottom right-hand side, of your order form, there's 3 boxes. You see on the bottom right-hand corner the 3 boxes? This is how you calculate your CPO, and the calculation is already set for you on your order form. So the first box says CPO value, and it's only the CPO value of what they buy. The second box says point, or point value, and it's only the point value of the stuff you gave for free. If you gave nothing for free, then this is 0. But the point value of just the free stuff. And then it equals the net CPO. The net CPO is what counts for you for your sale, towards your promotions, your commissions, everything is based on net CPO. So on this order, we're going to look at the CPO value. So for the homemaker, hold off, let me explain all of it, and then I'll answer all your questions. I promise you it'll all come clear. If you look at the homemaker plus 8, it costs the customer $12.12, right? Now, if you don't have to do this on the spot in the demo, you can do this when you get home. Like this doesn't matter to the customer. All they care about is just their price, and that's what you guys already calculated. So on the customer's end, you're done. If you want to do this on the spot, you can. Otherwise, if you want to wait until you get home and do this, this is just trying to figure out what counts for you for your sale. Okay? But it's important to understand the math here, because that way you'll know how to wheel and deal, because the next part I'm going to teach you what you can give away for free, but it's important to know how this works in order to do that. So what we bought the homemaker plus 8, what's the CPO value of the homemaker plus 8? So what are you going to put in this box? Beautiful. 1091. Why are we not putting the CPO value of the entertainer pack in there? Because it's free. You never look at the CPO value of the stuff they buy, only the free stuff. Now, in the point value section, you're only putting the points of the free stuff. And we never look at the points of the stuff they buy because you only look at the points of the free stuff, right? So what do we get for free here? So what's the point value of the entertainer pack? What is it? 155. Perfect. So it's the CPO value of what they bought minus the point value of the free stuff, and that equals your net CPO. So what's 1091 minus 155? 936. Okay? So this is your CPO, this is your net CPO, that's what counts for you for your sale. So if Joe sells this Homemaker Plus 8 and he gives the entertainer pack for free, his CPO is 936. If he's at 10%, he made $93.60. If he's at 20%, he made $187.20. So whatever your commissions are, it's based on this number. Now, Joe's looking at me and he's saying, Drew, this is bogus. This is BS. I am not giving anything away for free because when I thought when I was going to hit my first promotion, Joe's like, look, he's fuming right now. Fuming. He's just angry, right? Look at the veins on his forehead. So he's like, there's no way I'm giving free stuff. Screw you, Grandma. Nothing for free, right? So, but he's not thinking, I'm just playing around. You guys know. So here's why it's beneficial to give free stuff. If Joe didn't give the free entertainer pack, is there a possibility that Grandma could have gotten something a little bit smaller? So what's the next set down right below the Homemaker Plus 8? Galley Plus 6. What's the CPO value of the Galley Plus 6? What is it?
792.
792. So let's say Joe's the type of person that's like, nothing for free, screw you, Grandma, I want my full CPO and I don't want any deduction. So if Joe says, all right, nothing for free and Grandma gets the Galley Plus 6, Joe's like, haha, I win, 0 deduction, no free stuff, I get my full CPO. Would you rather have 792 or 936? Would Grandma rather have the Galley Plus 6 with nothing for free or the Homemaker with the free entertainer pack? Exactly. So Grandma wins and you win when you give away free stuff. So definitely give away free stuff because it seals the deal in a larger order. Now, if Joe knows that Grandma's buying the Homemaker and like he's like, there's no way Grandma's not buying the Homemaker, does he have to offer the entertainer pack for free? No. What if he offered a peeler for free instead? Like, you still want to hook Grandma up. Now, Grandma probably doesn't need anything for free, but you still want to hook Grandma up. Don't be a jerk. Okay, what's the point value of the peeler? What is it? 25. So let's say Joe says, I don't really need to give everything for free, but I'll give something small for free because I still want Grandma to not get arthritis when she peels potatoes, right? Like I want her to feel good about something for free. So if Joe gave the peeler instead, 1091 minus 25, what is that? Is that what, 1066? Is that right? Okay. So if he gives the peeler for free instead, now his CPO is 1066 and he hits his first promotion. So you don't have to give away all of that free stuff. You can give something smaller away so it's not as much of a deduction. But when you're at 10%, 15%, 20%, is it really that big of a difference? No, it's a couple dollars here and there in commissions. Don't be a jerk. Give away the free stuff. Okay, you're gonna get more recommendations for it anyway. But if they say, "Hey, Shane, I'm buying the Homemaker Plus 8, and here's my credit card," he's gonna be like, "Cool, let me write that up." Like you don't have to give away the free stuff, but I would say give something small. Here's what's also interesting: a lot of your customers, they're gonna refuse the free stuff. A lot of your customers will refuse the free stuff because they've been buying things for a lot longer than you've been selling things, and they know that as a salesperson, when you give something for free, it takes a hit on your commissions. So a lot of your family members especially, and your best friend's parents, they're gonna say, don't worry, I don't need the free stuff, because they just get how it works. So if they say, don't worry, I don't need the free stuff, just say thank you. You can give something small for free as a thank you, but a lot of times they'll refuse it. And in fact, a lot of customers will actually buy it. This week we had a couple reps sell Homemakers, and their customers, they bought the kitchen tools, they bought the entertainer pack, they bought the shears because they wanted them. And to most customers, a couple $100 is nothing. Most customers, a couple $100 is nothing. So if they buy the entertainer pack, you know, it helps you out even more, and they're going to want it anyway. So don't be alarmed if they say I don't need the free stuff, or if they're just willing to pay for that stuff anyway. Does that make sense though? Okay. So let's do the other practice, the other order form that we did with the studio set. Now this one's going to be a little bit more tricky because you're going to have to go through and add up the CPO value of all the things they bought, right? So you're going to take those 5 items, look at the CPO values of those 5, and then you're going to subtract the points of the stuff they gave for free. And we only gave one thing for free. So what's the only thing you're going to look at the point value for on this order? The shears, okay? So you're going to add up the CPO value of the 5 things they bought, and then you're going to subtract the CPO value, or actually not the CPO, excuse me, the point value of just the free stuff. And here's the thing, if this math is confusing you, if you're like totally lost on this concept, don't freak out, it doesn't matter. All you do is follow the manual and call your captain and you'll be good. Okay? And you don't even have to worry about the calculation, because if you're confused on it in your demo, when you enter it into the online system, it tells you what your CPO is anyway. So I just want you to understand the math, that way you can wheel and deal with confidence. So you're going to add up the CPO value of what they bought minus the point value of the free stuff. So what do we get for our CPO, our net CPO for that sale? What do we get for our net CPO? 760. Perfect. If you're confused or you're lost, you can call your captain. And it doesn't matter to the customer because you already figured out the pricing at this point. This is just to figure out what counts for you for your sale. So if you're lost, don't freak out. You can call your captain.
So you were saying before, like, we're allowed to give, or like, if they don't want
to
whatever.
switch things out, yeah, that's next.
Okay.
Yeah, that's next. All right, I'm gonna have you do one more practice. Actually, do you guys get that? You get the math, like the CPO value, what they buy minus the point value for stuff. We get that concept.
Yes.
All right. So I'm gonna teach you what you can give away for free. What you can give away for free. And make sure grab anybody who's they miss this, they're gonna be lost forever.
Yeah.
Okay. So. Let's do one more quick practice here. If I want the kitchenette set, look at the CPO value of the kitchenette set. So if I'm buying the kitchenette set and I want to give for free the cheese knife. If I want to buy the kitchenette set, but I want to give for free the cheese knife.
The traditional one or
Soft grip, regular cheese knife, soft grip cheese knife. So kitchenette set minus the soft grip cheese knife. Figure out that CPO for me. So kitchenette set minus the soft grip cheese knife. Yep, free cheese knife. Yep, kitchenette set. Yep. Yeah, the regular cheese knife, soft grip with the it's in the accessory or in the gadget section. The soft grip cheese knife. All right, so the kitchenette set. What's the CPO value of the kitchenette set? What's just the CPO value of just the kitchenette set?
346.
And what's the point value of the cheese knife? Perfect. So what's our net CPO? Anybody super confused on that? Maybe you lost on that one? If you are, that's fine. Just raise your hand and Anthony can help you out. All right. So you can give anything you want for free. Anything you want for free, as long as it falls within this formula that I'm about to teach you. You guys, anybody take trig in high school? Okay. If you didn't, buckle up. So you can give anything for free. I'm sorry, it's going to be super confusing to you, but you'll figure it out. Okay. Anybody ever work with imaginary numbers and infinities and stuff like that? Okay. Yeah. All right. So in your notebook, so grab your notebook, and we're going to just write free stuff. I'm going to teach you how to give away free stuff. So you can give anything for free as long as it falls within this formula. So just write the formula as I'm writing it because it's a little bit of a lengthy formula. So anything for free as long as it fits within this. All right, so I gave some of you a panic attack for a second. It's really simple. It's called divide by 5. That's it. The formula is divide by 5. You can give anything you want for free as long as it fits within this formula called divide by 5. So what that means is you take the product price, the retail price, line 1, right? So the product price, the retail price of what they're buying, divided by 5. And that tells you the maximum number of points that you're allowed to give for free. That's the maximum. You can't exceed that. So it's the line 1 value, the product price. Line 1, whenever it says line 1, that's just line 1 of the order form, like the product total. So line 1, the product price, divided by 5 equals the maximum number of points that you're allowed to give away for free on that order. Now, if it's within 5, it's okay. So if it's like right on the edge within 5 points, it's okay. So retail price divided by 5 equals the maximum number of points you can give away for free. Do you have to max it out? No. You cannot give anything for free on an order less than $100. If it's less than $100, nothing for free, you're not allowed to. However, if it's over $100, that's the first time that you're able to give something for free. An order over 100 is the minimum that you can give something for free. Now, do you really need to give something for free on a $100 order? Very rarely. I don't know if I ever gave away something for free on a $100 order. However, let's say Eric has a customer and they're like kind of on the edge with a couple knives, and let's say they're buying the spatula spreader for sure, and they're like debating between the trimmer. That's when he would say, hey, Mrs. Jones, if you add on the trimmer, I can give you something for free. So it incentivizes her to build up her order a little bit, because if she pushes it over 100, then he's eligible to give her something for free. So I want you to look in your price guide. What are all the items that are 20 points or less? And again, you can look at the 25-point items, because again, if it's within 5, it's okay. What are the items that are 25 points or less that you could give away for free on a $100 order? Veggie peeler, the table knife. Like, so like one table knife would be good if like they lost one and they need to replace one. The veggie peeler, now they already fell in love with the veggie peeler. Why? Because they peeled a carrot in the beginning of the demo, right? So the veggie peeler is a really popular one. What else is 25 points or lower? Basting spoon, slotted turner, shears holster, good. Weeder, the weeder's really cool. The weeder's one of the garden tools. And it just digs in and it takes the weeds out. This one's really cool. Okay. The mixer, yeah, the cool whisk that I showed you. Good.
5-piece knife and fork tray.
Yep. That's. Hey, guys, did you hear that one from Dan? It's the 5-piece knife and fork tray. How many points is that? 20 points. That's a perfect one. So if they're getting a couple knives, you can give that tray for free. That's a really, really good one. Good. What's that? The storage, like the sheaths, the storage sheaths. Good. Or a cutting board. Cutting board's a really good one as well. So on a $100 order, you can give something small or nothing at all. On a $200 order, what's the maximum number of points we can give? Or up to 45, right? If it's within 5 points, it's okay. Now, I never max out the free stuff unless I really, really need to. So I usually give something free from the level above. So on a $200 order, I would always give something in like the 20-point range. Like on a $200 order, I'd give a peeler or an ice cream scoop or something like that. But if I had to max it out, I could give up to 40 points. Again, 45 is okay. So what's everything that's 45 points or lower that you can give for free? Cheese knife, that's the big one. Everybody loves the cheese knife. On most of your $200-300 orders, the cheese knife is the most popular thing that you can give for free. What else could you give for free? The wine opener. What else? Any of the gadgets. Yep. The garden trowel, perfect. The 4-inch paring knife, right? So some of the smaller knives, like the trimmer, the spatula spreader, the paring knife, any of the smaller knives you can give for free. Or you could give nothing. Right, if they just say, Sam, I want this, this, and this, you say, great, let me write that up for you. All right, so you don't have to give free stuff unless you need to seal the deal. Okay? On a $500 order, 500 divided by what? Equals what? Now, it could be one item or you could do multiple items. Like even on the $200 order, could you give away like a cutting board and a tray? Sure. So you can give multiple things away as long as the total points don't exceed this amount. So it doesn't have to be one thing, it can be multiple. Okay? On a $500 order, it's 100 points. This is where it becomes really fun. Now, your manual already has all the free stuff in it with the buy now bonuses, but those are just suggestions. it's already using the points. So on all the starter sets, the kitchenette, the essentials, we offer the super shears as the free item, right? So on any of the starter sets, they can get the super shears for free. The reason we offer the super shears for free is because that's the most popular thing that most people want at that level. So if you said, all right, your order's 500, you can get all of these things for free. What do you want? 9 out of 10 are going to say super shears. That's why we offer that as the free item. But what I'm teaching you is not how to give free stuff on top of it, but how to switch things out. So if they didn't like the shears, it's all based on the point system. So when I said before you can switch things up at equal or lower value, it's all based on this system. So the buy now bonus in your manual, that's using these points already, but if you want to switch things out, this is how you do it. So on a $500 order, what could you give away for free? What are some cool things? Barbecue set. That's a really good one, Eric. What else? The cutlery care set, which is cutting boards and sharpener. Mitch, how you doing, buddy?
Great, how are you?
Dude, I'm doing awesome. Guys, this is Mitch. Mitch just started a couple weeks ago, right? You're about a month into the job.
4 weeks.
4 weeks. What's your favorite? It's a month, right? What's your favorite thing about the job?
Giving stuff away for free.
Free stuff, yeah. And you wheel and deal like crazy?
Yeah.
What do you do when every deal you do, who do you always call?
Scott, he's your manager's the brains. You're just there to cut through with them.
Yeah, so Mitch just relies on, and you know how to use this system, right?
Yeah,
But you confirm, why do you confirm all your deals with Scott?
it makes the customer feel a lot better that you're going to give them the best deal you can.
Like even if it's just like even if you're just giving a peeler away on a set, like you still do it no matter what.
Yeah.
Have you called Scott for a deal that you didn't know how to figure out? He helped you figure it out?
Like today, I did that.
What happened today?
She wanted a homemaker and I told her I wanted to give her a bunch of free stuff. So I just called Scott to make sure.
And you hooked you up with the deal?
Yep.
And you sealed it?
Yep.
And you sold a homemaker?
Yeah.
Congratulations. How many homemakers have you sold?
Or something like
4 homemakers so far?
Yeah.
Not bad. It's like once a week on average.
that. Once a week.
By the way, if you sell 1 homemaker a week, you're living large, right? Like, because you're making some fat paychecks on homemakers. If you just sold 1 homemaker a week, you're living a good life. Because you don't have to sell homemakers all the time to make a lot of money in this job. Like once a week, you're rocking. Any advice on how to get the most out of the first weekend?
Just make as many demos as you can. Hopefully you started doing that last night, and hopefully you've taken as much notes as you can and whatnot. A lot of stuff being kind of tossed down your throat. Like I know that it's a lot of stuff to take in, but the more demos you do and stuff, the more it just kind of unfolds and you kind of understand the system.
Who, in your first weekend, who was it that you didn't think was going to buy a lot but they bought big?
My uncle, he doesn't fit the
The perfect idea.
yeah, the perfect idea. I was just trying to get
But he was
him.
your uncle, so he hooked you
Yeah,
up, right?
and I was just trying to get as many demos and experiences as I did. He bought a home so.
Uncle, so family members, they're going to buy big because they want to help you out, right? Of course they're going to help you out. And when you drop that, when they say no to the homemaker, what do?
I get more excited. I don't get like sad at all because you're still at Big Alley Set, which is still a Consumer Digest Best Buy. And I've had a couple homemakers where I go back up and they still buy the homemakers even though I'm dropping
You
down.
dropped, and why did? Because you why? How did they drop back up?
I find an accessory gadget or whatever that they want for free, and I keep telling them all the stuff they can get that for free if they buy homemaker.
Right. So a lot of times the free stuff really seals the deal and makes the difference on the bigger sets, right? Because they're like, well, I really want that ice cream scoop, so I'll get that bigger set so I can get the ice cream scoop for free. Perfect. And what do you do before and after every demo?
Phone 5 before, phone 5 after. Come here, phone some more. Talk. There was pizza yesterday, so I phoned the pizza.
You jacked your pizza yesterday. And then, and so you before and after every demo, you make 5 phone calls?
Yep.
And see, he knows Thursday afternoon, come to the office. Good. Any other advice?
Pineapple, tomato, potato, every demo.
Every demo. Awesome. Let's give Mitch a round of applause. Thank you, Mitch.